Hey guys, the last video I forgot to tell you what paints I used, some of the little tricks and hints I used on it as well. I'll share them in this video. What I did with the R2, first I filled it with this putty. This is Earl's putty. I'm not endorsing any of these products, by the way. This is just what I've used. You can get that here from Bunnings in Australia. I filled up the gaps with that, as you can see. Then I've sanded it. Then I've gone over it with a primer. Once the primer's done, a little trick I use is the seam lines. What I do is I run a little bit of glue down it, and then I'll wait for probably 30 seconds, just until it started to cure. And then I would get the sandpaper and just rub it straight over, and the excess primer would go into that gap where the seam line is, and it would fill it up. And that's how I've got these so smooth to the touch, and you can not even barely see these lines. Like, there's a gap, there's a join right here, and you cannot even see that. That's how nice it's come out. And it's with a little bit of glue, just running a little bit down the seam, then sanding the primer over it once it's a little bit tacky, and that excess primer from the sanding will fill up or go into that little groove and make it all nice and smooth. And that's how I've got this R2 body the way I have. Now I just use this glue. This is the Sally's glue, which is available here in Australia, but you can use any glue you like. Super glue. Now, some of the products I've used for the blue, as you can see there, because I'm in the R2 Builders Club and they suggest a Ford Sonic Blue Pearl. That's only available in America. You can't get it here in Australia, so I've had to come up with my own colours. What I've done is I've used this gloss deep blue, and that's a really nice, from Rust-Oleum, and that's a really nice colour for the blue. You just need to give it a couple of coats because it'll get a little bit darker. The white, I've used Rust-Oleum Satin Blossom White. It's ideal for plastics. And this stuff is a primer and a paint. So you can paint it and then go over it and sand it, and that's what I've done. Once I've done that, I've used a clear coat on it, same brand. I've given it a couple of coats on that, and then I'll just use this Fiddly Bits gloss silver for all the silver bits, and that's gloss aluminium. And that's some of the, because here in Australia we can't get all the paints, because I was told it's very hard to get spray paints sent over to Australia because, well, you don't want aerosol cans going on airplanes, do you? Yeah, so it's very hard. So I've come up with those colours myself. So if you need some kind of reference, this will help you. And as you can see, the colours on the R2, I mean, it looks at, on a certain light, you can see it's a nice dark blue. And that's the silver there. And then the white is beautiful. And it comes up really nice. Even though it's a sander, it's a primer paint. Once you put that clear coat on, it's nice and smooth. Even if you didn't put the clear coat on, it's still nice and smooth after a while. But yeah, so there's the paints and what I've used and how I've fixed up the gaps between parts. So hopefully this will help you guys out in your builds. And until next time, thanks for watching.